Only small when I required to. I got gas.
That's just insane. Don't do that.
Scary, isn't it?
Scary man.
There's some order around it.
It's only half an order.
Oh. There's a giant seat. Oh, we're live, aren't we?
Yes, we are. But there's nobody on here. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait till people pop on. We are running a few minutes late.
There's somebody.
Leah Cloud.
What's up, Miss Leah?
Huh?
Too many Leahs. Give us a moment while we're waiting on everything to boot up here. We're going to share. You need to turn your sound down. Hey, guy.
I'm just going to share it to everybody.
Too many Leahs mean epic amounts of greatness.
Oh.
You got 3 people watching.
Yeah, 2 of them are us.
I don't mind listening to myself.
Someone behind me.
I'm probably going to get banned from all the art show sites.
Hold that. Hold that.
I'm holding it.
Yay.
Yes. I did.
Now it's not in your face.
All right, cool.
Oh, yeah, seriously.
Want me to hold it?
That's why I put that there.
So, sorry guys.
Stop touching stuff.
I had some the previous previous camera setup that we had working didn't want to work, so we had to go to our fallback plans. It took us a few extra minutes to get up and rolling here.
Fall.
Aha. So giving everybody time, opportunity to jump on here. We're gonna share the page. Leah says that there's the right amount of Leahs, or Leah/Leahs, since she has an H and you don't.
Leah.
Leah, how do you see it?
Okay, stop.
We're up to 11 people. Well, how do you think for everybody tuning in on this Labor Day weekend?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I'm going to name chat.
All right, Leah's got the chat room. The Leah that's here, not the Leah that's watching. Leah, you're just you're here to watch. You don't have to do anything.
That's right.
Well, she can interact?
Yeah, definitely. You got to interact. Actually, that's the standing rule, guys. Anybody watching, you got to interact. So, questions, anything that you may have, comments on anything we talk about, just feel free to throw them in the old chat there. And if Ed and I don't see them, then Leah that's here will make sure that we respond to those.
Yeah, Miss Patty's watching.
Miss Patty.
Patty and John.
Patty and John.
Allow me to see them.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep sharing away, keep watching.
Yeah.
We're going to get to some information that we got and some details about an investigation we just wrapped up a few weeks ago. Some locations. There's Stan. Hey, Mr. Stan. Hope you're having a great weekend.
Hey guys, like, share, give us some thumbs up, throw us up some hearts.
You got to stop touching the table because it shakes the video. Just saying.
There's an earthquake in Tennessee. No.
So talking about weather,
Right.
before we even get started, our thoughts and prayers are for everyone that's in the Florida region and those that's in the islands that just got some of the bad storms. We're definitely praying for you, and y'all stay safe, be smart, get out when you can. We're lifting y'all up in prayer. I'm sure that's a dangerous situation down there in that weather right now.
Yeah, don't try to be tough and stick it out. If you can get out, for sure. Some more camera movement up there. I'll take a drink of water.
That's because you can't touch the table.
It's a roller coaster ride?
So back up.
Further than that, my belly won't touch.
All right. I'll just keep my hands in my lap.
I'll keep my hands in his lap.
Okay.
All right.
Looking better?
Table's not shaking. I don't know if we're looking better, but yeah, if you got any questions or anything, just please just write your questions down. So we'll get those answered for you. This is an interactive deal.
Yep.
And I know most folks are going to be off tomorrow, unless you're one of those wonderful people in the medical field, or those that are defending our country, or our first responders, police, firemen. We're thank you for all your service out there and for taking care of us while we get to relax and overeat with our families.
So, update on you,
Oh, yeah. I guess we could do that.
real quick.
So, those of you that don't know, this actually last Monday, it'll be a week ago tomorrow, I actually was admitted into the hospital. Turns out I had a heart attack. That's a very mild way of putting it. But the cats are going crazy.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But anyway, yeah, I was in the hospital Monday and Tuesday. Turns out it was a very minor heart attack. There was a very small blockage in a vessel. It wasn't even in a main artery. The way the doctor put it to me was, if you want to have a heart attack, it's the heart attack you want to have. So either way, stayed in the hospital for 2 days. He sent me home on Tuesday. Got a lot of new medications I'm having to take, a new diet that Leah is graciously helping me out with, finding the foods that I can eat. Basically, low sodium, no cholesterol type thing. And I'm just taking it day to day right now. Most of the soreness is gone. Still hurts a little bit. I gotta take it easy. Can't get too active on things, but it just feels good to actually be out of the hospital and starting to feel normal. So that's just a quick update on me. And everybody that sent me messages or anything like that, thank you. Really appreciated it.
All right. Yeah, we're glad you're not dead.
Oh, dang.
I mean,
We would have to investigate you.
I got a message from someone that said, and I quote, "You're supposed to take me on an investigation, not become a ghost." So I mean,
we don't need your help from the other side right now. We're saying. So yeah, we're glad Mike's okay. We were worried about him pretty intently there. Figured we might have to get somebody else and just find somebody as pretty as he is a hard thing to do. I'm just kidding.
You do the weekend at Bernie's thing, just put some sunglasses on me and sit there.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's move on.
So a couple of weekends ago, we actually did a double investigation on Friday and Saturday night at a local place. We're still not going to give out the details. And everyone who is thinks they're super smooth.
Easy there, buddy.
I have been drinking, but it's water.
Water.
And it didn't turn into wine. And so everyone who thinks that you're a good detective online or a Columbo, or old as I am, it is a historical location. We were very fortunate to get into that location. We took care of that client, and we'll give you some information on that in a few minutes. But everybody who tuned in, we really appreciate that everyone getting involved. And if you heard something or thought you saw something, you called it out. We actually got pictures sent to us, and that's great. An extra set of eyes or ears is always great when we're looking at those investigations. That particular place, again, it is a historical location. Has been for a while. And we're really fortunate to do that. Mike, if you want to go over some of those things that we got on that investigation.
All right. So basically, sorry, Leah's throwing me off over here with the ums. Yeah, I a lot. I in the shower. I in the car. Sorry. Anyway, so as far as evidence goes, so a couple of the pictures that were sent to us by you guys, there's at least one of them that is of undetermined origin. We actually were able to recreate a couple of them, but there's one that still not sure about. So we have got that filed away right now if we have the opportunity. Now, while we were there, we tried to recreate said photograph. We tried to recreate all the photographs, and this is the only one that we could not get recreated. So that one goes under the undetermined file for now. We did our full 2-night investigation. We were able to get lots of audio, video, and photographic evidence collected. All of it has been analyzed by this point, as everything on your end has been done. We've already turned the evidence over to the client. That evidence belongs to them. It's up to them to if they want to release it or not. But we did get a lot of stuff that we were able to confirm. I can share details, even though that we don't have the actual evidence. Like I said, that belongs to the client, but I can discuss the evidence. We got a lot of EVPs during the Gonsfeld experiment that we were doing with Ed. Yeah. Now, those of you that tuned in live, we streamed that entire experiment. So it'd be interesting to know if any of you guys had picked up any sounds or anything like that. Now, we have not gone back and rewatched the lives. I know we haven't done that, but we have analyzed all of the evidence that we collected. I will, at some point myself, probably go back and watch Ed's Gonsfeld and see if we can pick up the same things. But we heard several times during the experiment, whenever no one was talking, you could hear underlying conversation in the background, like just people talking. That had been heard several times throughout the night by Leah had heard it. I believe, Ed, you said you had heard it a couple of times. We were able to determine that it was not us because in relation to where we are to the camera, you can very clearly hear what we sound like. Leah was holding the camera, and Ed was on camera the full time, and then I was in and out of the camera, but very close to it. The sound sounded like it was coming from like way down the hall. And the other people that were there, the client that had been there, had long left. So there was no one else there other than the three of us when we heard the conversations. We also got an EVP of very loud stomps, like someone in almost like a military style boot walking around. Again, this was during Ed's experiment. He's sitting down. I'm standing next to him, and Leah is sitting in the chair holding the camera. Again, the client has left, but you can very clearly hear boot stomps coming from, we were in that one room. It was basically like it was coming from the other side, which is where we got one of our pictures from one of the viewers from that side. So I've got that. And then the last EVP that I'm going to discuss was a very loud grunt noise. Now, I'm bringing that one up because that one we weren't really sure whether it was an EVP or not, because it could have been Ed grunting. It's a very deep guttural. Ed couldn't tell whether it was him or not. I couldn't tell whether it was him. We did turn that evidence, we turned that in to the client and let them know to make their own determination on that. Leah's Gonsfeld experiment, we didn't get any EVPs or anything out of the ordinary on her video evidence. However, it only recorded 4 minutes of her experiment. So the camera died 4 minutes in with a complete battery drain from the area that we were in. However, whenever we got out of there, the camera came right back up, had plenty of power, could have recorded for the full 4 minutes, but it didn't. So that's like I said, there's some other things, but that's been turned over to the client to do with what they will. And as a segue into that, most of you, we had talked about it that evening. We are going to be on a YouTube series.
John,
pretty soon.
John wants to know, are we sure it didn't come from Ed's beard?
Oh, John Lively, what's up, my brother?
John, thank you for tuning in. And no, we got the squirrels out. And since you popped on, I just want to say, roll tide, brother. Y'all tried your best, but the Haskell team still beat you.
Georgia State? For real?
Oh,
For real? Okay.
And hi, Anna.
Oh, hey.
hello, Miss Anna. Yeah, the beard's getting there. We're getting there. I just chopped about 5 inches off a couple months ago, so it's getting back. A couple more inches, I'll become Amish.
Cool.
And what was your segue there?
We're gonna be on a YouTube series upcoming.
Yes, on to a YouTube series. We were asked by a group. It's called Bump in the Night. You can find them on Facebook. You can find them on YouTube. Bump in the Night TV. Check them out. Some really good stuff there. Some real funny stuff.
Think Dr. Shock. For those of you that are old enough to remember Dr. Shock, a little more edgy in this day and age.
But it was a fantastic opportunity. One of those guys where Mike and I have known for a long time, they reached out to us. And we went up there, took care of them. And so it's good to see you too, John. You know, still praying for you since you saw at Amazon with Mike. And Mike just had his heart attack. So hopefully yours is not coming because I had one. But
Man.
I don't work for him no more.
Segue.
But Bump in the Night is a cool thing, especially if you like those horror movies or, you know, the Creature of the Black Lagoon. That stuff is really cool. But it's a great, check out their YouTube channel and on Facebook. I think they've got some stuff coming out here pretty soon.
I talked to the host the other day whenever I was actually turning over some evidence to them. They said our show, they've got to finish a couple of things in the production, but they will let us know beforehand, and then we'll be able to announce to you guys whenever that show is going to be out. So I'm excited. They actually got interviewed, and Ed got to hold a dummy. I don't know if they got that on camera or not.
I did.
So y'all were holding each other?
We were holding each other.
That was a different investigation.
There was no cameras on that end. But yeah, it's a really good group of people. Check them out. We do have some announcements. We discussed that, and then we got some topics that Mike and I will be discussing. That's kind of passionate to us. That comes in this field. There's a lot of different folks for different reasons, and people investigate differently, and we'll discuss that. But on the 21st, we'll be at Round Fest in
Harriman.
That too, Tennessee.
Harriman, Tennessee. It's a paranormal gathering of sorts, kind of a conference. It lasts from 10 a.m. till 8 p.m. that evening. We're going to be there from 10 to 5. We're going to have a booth set up.
They're going to have.
I'll let Leah talk off camera.
They're going to have lots of food vendors there.
Come on in here, girl.
Okay, so they're going to have a lot of food vendors there of varying types. It's not just for paranormal in the manner of ghosts. If you're into cryptozoology,
Bigfoot,
UFOs, all that stuff, it's a wide range. They're going to have lots of other vendors there and groups and teams and all kinds of stuff. They're going to have lots of drawings. We're going to have a drawing.
Yep.
So if you go out there, please come by our tent. The event is free, so really just don't have an excuse not to.
I guess say, what's your excuse? I mean,
they're also going to have local music talent there as well. That's why it lasts till 8. But the vendors, as far as like us vendors, not food vendors, other vendors,
teams.
We're there till 5. So yeah, there.
Cool. So yeah, like Leah said, we're going to have a lot of information. We've got some swag, because everybody likes swag, right?
That's it. Always.
Swag. I got some swag to give out, have some information, and just come and hang out with us. It's going to be a good opportunity for us to get to network with other teams in this area. I know that there are several teams from the Tennessee area, some from Kentucky, Georgia. I mean, they're all over are going to be there. So
and the town is cool in itself. It's historical and it has a lot of historical significance as far as the So that just left me.
The building?
Well, no, what was it for though?
The Temperance Hall.
Temperance Hall.
The area was really big in the temperance movement. The area that's downtown now, there's a huge building. I'm not sure the exact name of it right off the top of my head, but we always called it the Temperance Hall. Now, Leah and I had the opportunity to investigate that pre-ed, like pre-med, pre-ed.
Nice.
We did that. We were actually able to investigate that location twice and had some really interesting experiences there. That actually is the first time, I'll go on record here and say, that I have ever been physically touched by something supernatural that I can't explain. I just know that we were standing in a room. I had called something out, trying to get an EVP response, and I felt something ice cold touch my back. So, very interesting town. A lot of history.
Cool little small town. Very small town. But cool.
Leah says she needs swag.
Yes.
Well, come out, meet us. It'd be great if you're part of the team and you want to know how we kind of investigate a little bit different from other groups. Come out, meet us. We'll be glad to jaw jack, talk to you.
Yeah.
We have a gift of gab.
That we do.
So one thing and I'll let Michael make this announcement when I set it up. We have discussed, based on some of the things that we have seen and some of our clients that reached out to us about some other issues in the paranormal field. We really take pride and passion about actually helping people, getting the answers, making them feel comfortable, making them feel empowered, and telling them the truth. Not telling them what they hear, just telling them the actual truth in a loving way. So we have we have decided that we're going to bring a guest investigator, and I'll let Michael tell you how to get a hold of us to put your name in that drawing and the deadlines. So go ahead, Mike.
Wow, you didn't give me a whole lot of time. I'm kidding.
Yeah. So write this down.
Write this all down. So, guys, we are going to take on a guest investigator. We may do this more than once, but this is going to be the first time we try this, see how it works out. So what we need is the deadline for entries will be September 14th. That's 2 weeks from today, for those of you that put stuff on your calendar. What we need you to do is to go to our Facebook page, and under Messenger, you're already on our Facebook page, go to the Messenger and send us a request. Basically, send us a message that says, I want to investigate with you because, and then give us just a little short synopsis of why you want to come on an investigation with us.
Yes, Nick, a guestigator.
A guestigator. I love it. Please, whenever you send these responses, hashtag guestigator.
That's what most investigators do is guess.
I like it.
So anyway, send us a message through the Facebook. The deadline will be September 14th, and we are going to announce that. No, excuse me.
Yeah.
The intro will be September 14th. We will announce it on that same day on our live because we have an investigation coming up on September 14th.
And we're going to take you with us.
Yes.
So in that investigation, we'll announce it, like Mike said, on the 14th. The time that you get to go with us is on the 27th.
Yes.
We have a couple locations that we have access to because of our integrity with our clients that we can have access to and take care of. And we want to make sure we take you somewhere that we know that you're safe, that does have activity, and that is safe. Because the most important thing is you want to go home the same way you came to the investigation.
Right.
And so definitely.
Please, so that's September 27th, right?
Right, so let me go over the dates again. So September 14th is the deadline. We will make the announcement on September 14th. We're going to take the names, we're going to do a drawing, and then we'll make the announcement on September 14th. The rule is September 27th will be the day of the investigation. Now, you have to be available to come with us on September 27th. So if you've already got prior arrangements, then don't enter. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but don't enter. But like I said, if this works out well, we'll probably do this again down the road. So if you can't make September 27th, don't worry, we'll do this again. We'll try to get another date. But like I said, do the entry on Facebook, send us a message directly through the Facebook page, say, I want to investigate with you because, and then explain why. If you just send me, I want to investigate with you because, I'm just going to laugh at you.
Hey, Jody.
Jody, you're not late. We actually were late getting started. We had some technical issues.
What do you not understand, Warren? Let us know.
Yeah, there, Mr. Coker. If you got any questions, just go ahead and shoot them out there. We'll take care of it. So we've got those investigations. We've discussed that. So one of the things I kind of want to back up on, so if you go back and watch our live feed, you've seen that I did the Gainesville experiment. If I'm saying that right.
Gainesville. Yeah, you got it.
And anyone who knows me, I'm a huge control freak. I like to micromanage people. It's hard for me to trust folks. And usually if they give me a reason not to, I always walk away from them. But I do trust Mike and Leah in this field. We've been doing this as a group about 5-6 years now, and we've got tons of experience. So I decided to do that investigation in a location I thought was safe. From that, I have learned there's a little bit more danger to this than I actually thought. Now, when I say dangers, I'm looking at dangers as a safety point of view. That's my background. I look at, am I going to be attacked with a knife, a fork, a spoon, whatever? Is there a hole in the floor? But in this situation, I realize how people, especially investigators, people who go to investigations every single weekend, how they can get really, I would say, addicted or attracted to this. You find an EVP, then you spend 6 hours trying to find your dead aunt or the dead Civil War soldier in the battlefield, whatever it is, and where there's got to be that balance there. And so from that Gainesville experiment, we did do that. Leah did it as well. She's done it a few times. Mike's done it a few times.
I've done it once.
And it opened my eyes how people can really quickly get addicted to this. So if you do that, be very careful. And I wouldn't suggest to do it unless someone who you really truly trust, because it will open you up. It could allow things to come at you that you're not ready for. And
I don't know if you recall, as soon as you came out, one of the first things you said is you thought you wanted to do it again.
Yeah, that's true. I really wanted to do more of it. I would feel it would be more like your first drink of caffeine in the morning. You want more, you want more, you want more. And I realized I had to shut that off immediately, and I kind of just zombied out the rest of the night for the investigation because I knew I didn't want to get that involved in it. And that is one of the reasons why we realized the dangers of the paranormal, and we talk about it all the time. And we were reached out to a previous client, and this is going to be your segue, they had another group come in to do a documentary, which apparently everyone on Facebook's doing a documentary or finds their own ghost hunting shows or Amazon or YouTube or whatever. And that's not what we're about. We do these for information purposes to keep everybody updated. I think our integrity is extremely high in the field. Even inside the field itself, a lot of folks actually come to us, ask questions on a regular basis. We have a great skill set of ability to debunk, to get great information. But because of that, that's why we want to bring on a guest investigator in a safe location to show this individual exactly how to approach the paranormal, what the mindset needs to be, how your preparation needs to be, and give them the skill set, and if they want to go do their own team, they have a baseline of what to do. So some of those dangers of the paranormal, I'm going to let Mike kind of discuss some of that.
So first, I'm looking at Leah's question.
Okay.
What do you mean? Go a little bit more in depth. Does it mean I would never see or hear things? I don't understand where the question's coming from on that. Leah, I very rarely, that's why out of the three of us, I think, I don't know, it's kind of a toss-up between he and I over who the bigger skeptic is. I've always called myself a believing skeptic because, as far as actual personal experiences, audible, visual, I have had very little. I would say that Ed has probably seen or heard more things than I have, and I know for a fact that my wife Leah has heard and seen a lot more than any of us could ever imagine. But what little bit I have, there are times where things are going to happen where it's going to depend on the sensitivity of the person on whether they're going to pick it up or not. There were several things that happened in our last investigation that I actually visually saw or audibly heard. Did I have as many experiences as everybody else? No. But that doesn't deter me from going out there and trying to help clients or try to find the truth or to educate people. The few experiences I've had, which coming from someone, who has not had a lot, I mean, I'm just going to go out here on the record. It only takes one experience to completely turn your belief system on its head. So don't be concerned about whether you're not going to see or hear anything. You'd be surprised. You think you won't, but you will.
Yeah, and so something that we want to make sure is something we do as a group is we follow up with our clients usually once a year. Most of them that we're social media, we're with them. They always have our numbers, our personal numbers and our team numbers. If anything comes up, we're there for them. And even if it's not paranormal, we try to help them out. It's not that we're coming in to do a service for you per se, like an exterminator. And I can see the parallels there, but we're there to build that relationship. That way, if you have a paranormal or you think a paranormal issue going on, we're the ones to give us a call. Might be able to troubleshoot it on the phone or come by and talk to you, just to get this off your chest per se and that information. Something that we want to discuss is, not going to use this exact phrase I got written down, but this kind of aggravates me. Don't let any Tom, Dick, or Harry into your house to investigate. And what I mean by that is there is a lot of people in the paranormal field that will come to a house under the guise of, I'm here to help. Take this $40,000 of equipment they got with all these bells and whistles and lights and stuff, spend 6 hours recording, and never come back to you. Even if they found something, or if they guarantee to find something, which is a load of horse hockey, because you can't guarantee nothing. That means you're making it up with a preset confirmation bias mentality.
Right.
But be careful who you let in your home, just like you're not going to let some random guy in your home. Be careful with investigator. I would say if you let somebody in your place of business or an investigator, we're not going to tell you, hey, these guys are complete idiots. We're going to say, you need to be careful, or you might not want them there. Because when you're in this field, we take preparations before, after, and many times here recently during the investigation, we make preparations to make sure we're not having anything attached to us, nothing's coming home with us, because we don't want this to affect us personally, but more important, our family, our children, and so forth. Because these things will attach to someone who might be strong and jump on someone who is not as strong, from health, from spiritual mentality, and wear them down. So be careful who you allow in your home. And I would even go further, and I'll let Mike talk about investigation ethics, how we're supposed to look at an investigation, how we're supposed to provide follow-up with an investigation, how we're supposed to provide answers and evidence to the clients. So, Mike?
All right, so the main reason that we're wanting to cover this topic tonight is, Ed had already touched on it a little bit earlier. This has kind of hit close to home for us, because we've had a previous client that after we had come in, it was a business location, and we had gone in and investigated. We had found evidence of some supernatural paranormal goings on, and we had to get rid of it. So we had to do a full cleansing of the location, and everything was taken care of. So this other little group comes in under the guise that they want to do a documentary of sorts, and after they've gotten done, the activity has stirred back up again. Not only that, the client has not heard back from that team yet. And how long has it been?
About a month.
About a month. So turnaround time, that is way, way excessive for turnaround time. I don't want to point any fingers, and I know I have a tendency to get a little passionate and a little controversial when I start talking about stuff like this, but whenever, I'm not pointing any fingers at this team, but there seems to be a little bit of a coincidence that there was no activity going on until after they left. So that segues into this. whenever you have a paranormal issue in your home, whether it be your home, your business, your vehicle, it doesn't matter. Whatever the location is, you've got to keep in mind how do you want to pursue this? And that comes down to you as the client. Do you just want to know what it is and have somebody come in and document it and say, oh, hey, this is what you got? Or do you want to get rid of it? Do you want help? So that's where you as the client, you have to be a smart consumer. Ask questions. Do your research. If you've got an issue going on in your home and you don't know what it is, and it's enough to, and again, people are different. Apples and oranges. There's some people that I just want to know what it is so I can talk to it. And then there's other people that, I want this out of my house. I want someone to come in and help me identify it and remove it. So whenever you're going to do that, whenever you go online and you Google search ghost hunter, the first team that pops up, don't contact them. Do your research. It's just like whenever your car blows up, you don't call the first garage and say, hey, here it is. You call around, right? You get some quotes, you get some estimates, you ask questions. You should do the same thing whenever you have a paranormal issue in your home. Contact these teams. Ask questions. I tell people, I'm telling you right now as our viewing audience, if there's things you need to know about us, ask. Email, call, Facebook, anything. Ask the questions. Ask the type of, what are you going to do when you come into my home? What kind of techniques do you use? What is your belief system? Now, that's a question that we ask clients. Because, if you're a follower of us, you know that we do our investigating from a biblical perspective. But if that's not what you're looking for, we may not be the right team for you. So that's where you, as the client, smart consumer, need to ask those questions. And I recommend meeting with the team beforehand. Don't just call them, do everything over the phone, and then say, hey, come out. You should meet with, if not the whole team, at least 1 to 2 representatives of the team. Now, if you contact us and you want to have a meeting, you're going to meet with at least 2 of us, if not all 3 of us. That's standard protocol for us. We don't do meetings one-on-one. It's accountability to make sure that there's always a second person involved. So it's it's the same process, and I've talked about this on previous lives about letting people let people speak into your life. It's the same concept of just letting any Tom, Dick, or Harry, as Ed puts it, come in your home and do whatever they want to do. When you ask someone, hey, what type of equipment do you bring in? If the word Ouija board appears in any of their tech list, no. Because they're going to come in and they're going to potentially stir up worse problems than what you already have. So, and anybody, any team, anybody you call and ask any type of questions about, trying to, find out information about them, if they get hateful and aggravated about you doing that, then they don't need to be doing it anyway. Any team worth its salt should be willing to answer any questions brought on to them by the client, especially since a lot of these cases, these clients, people allow us to come in and hand us the keys to their home, the keys to their businesses, and allow us to roam unimpeded in their place to try to take care of their business. That's showing the trust that they're putting us in as investigators. So as you as the client need to build that trust by asking those right questions.
Yeah, I would absolutely agree. I would even go as far as